The house was unusually quiet that evening, not the scary kind of quiet, the oh, mom is mad kind. Jungkook pushed open the door and raised a brow when he saw both his teenage kids sitting in the living room, studying voluntarily, without threats or bribe. He blinked and then a smile appeared on his face. Whoa, my genius cuties are studying? That's the best thing I've ever seen today. Did aliens replace you two while I was at work? Should I check for signs of body snatching? His son Jungsu didn't even look up from his laptop. Good to know, Dad. But you're about to see the worst thing today, too. Jungkook tilted his head, unzipping his jacket slowly. What? Did something happen? Did the dog throw up again? Did I forget someone's birthday? Where's my dear wife? His daughter Hyun was chewing her pan thoughtfully, legs crossed on the couch. Unless your plan is to die young, I suggest you keep a 10-foot distance from her. She's in the kitchen, fuming. Fuming? What happened? Did I forget to buy her chocolate again? Jungkook scratched his head. Or is it something bigger? Jungsu looked up now, eyes wide and serious. Bigger. Much bigger, like marriage-altering bigger. Jungkook blinked again, now concerned. Guys, you're scaring me. Just tell me what happened. Jungsu raised an eyebrow. You don't remember? Jungkook thought for a second, his mind raced through emails, calls, presentations and deadlines. Nothing jumped out. Dad, Hyun said slowly, dramatically, today was the parent-teacher meeting. The one school asked both parents to attend. The one mom reminded you about every single day this week. Jungkook froze. That's when it hit him like lightning, like karma, like all his sins returning to haunt him in one moment. Parent-teacher meeting. The one he swore he wouldn't miss. Crap. He muttered, his voice barely above a whisper. Yep, Jungsu confirmed. She handled it alone. Again. She made up an excuse that you got called into an emergency, but you know what was the real emergency, Dad? Her eyes, her face, the sheer embarrassment of saying you were too busy to come. Jungkook shut his eyes. Oh, I forgot. I actually forgot. Tell that to her, Hyun said, folding her arms. And good luck surviving the kitchen zone. Wait, she didn't say anything to you guys after that? Jungkook asked nervously, slipping off his shoes. No, she just said, and I quote. Jungsu cleared his throat dramatically. You two better not breathe loudly tonight unless you want to be grounded until your next lives. Jungkook winced. Okay, crisis mode. I got this. I mean, I always win her back, right? Hyun and Jungsu shared a glance. Dad, Hyun said seriously. She used your full name out loud. He froze. She did? Jungsu nodded slowly. John Jungkook. Jungkook paled. Oh no, that's not anger, that's annihilation. He took a deep breath, glanced over the kitchen and whispered to himself, God of husbands, give me strength. Then, like a soldier walking into battle, he tiptoed toward the kitchen like a man walking toward his doom. You were chopping vegetables aggressively, each slice screaming betrayal. You didn't even look up when he entered. Jungkook stood at the door, trying to gauge the level of danger. He cleared his throat. Hey babe. Silence. You look extra hot today, he continued, voice sweet like honey. Anger suits you like flaming hot fives. Very intimidating, very attractive. You didn't flinch, just continued slicing like you were in a cooking competition that required muttering vegetables. He took a cautious step forward. So, how was the meeting? You dropped the knife, turned, arms crossed, death glare locked and loaded. Oh, so now you remember there was a meeting? He smiled nervously. Okay, not my best question. Why did you come here, Mr. Busy Man? Did you remember you have a house, a family, a few tenants living inside it? Jungkook winced. Tenants is a strong word. I prefer the term beloved humans who occasionally drain my bank account. You narrowed your eyes. Do you remember you have children, teenagers, hormonal, stressed, emotionally unstable teenagers? But sure, you keep living your best bachelor life, CEO Nim. He held up his hands. Okay, ouch. Accurate, but ouch. You stepped closer. You said you would be there today, Jungkook. You said we would attend together. I walked into that school like a single mom with a husband shaped ghost. I swear I didn't forget on purpose. Work just. Don't you dare finish that sentence. You snapped. Don't you dare say the word work. I was just going to say it hijacked my brain. I didn't mean to let you down. You pointed a finger at him. You didn't just let me down, you let our kids down. The teachers literally asked, will Mr. John be joining us later? And I had to smile and say, he got pulled into something urgent. You know what the urgent thing was? Probably sending another email about a brand deal. He scratched his neck, avoiding eye contact. It wasn't a brand deal, it was a strategy meeting. You threw your hands in the air. Oh wow, a strategy meeting, of course. Why would you want to be at your daughter's report discussion when you can sit around a shiny conference table talking about numbers and graphs? Jungkook stepped forward. Okay, you are right, I messed up. No, you don't get to give a speech now. You interrupted. You don't get to be sweet and charming and try to wriggle out of this with puppy eyes. He blinked, but the puppy eyes work. Not today, not tonight, not after I stood there like a fool pretending I wasn't completely humiliated. You are a dad of a 16 and 14 years old, Jungkook. It's been 18 years and you still act like that careless college days, Jungkook. I'm sorry, darling. I think I'm getting old and sometimes forget. Jungkook reached for your hand again. You pulled it away. I want a divorce. He froze. Wait, what? You crossed your arms. You heard me. I want a divorce. If you want to live like a man without responsibilities, fine. But don't drag me along for the ride. Baby, you don't mean that. You glared. Try me. He stood there stunned. Now get out of the kitchen before I start chopping more than vegetables. Jungkook backed out slowly, whispering to himself, abort mission. Call for backup. God of husbands, do your thing. Back in the living room, Jungsu slowly turned to Hyun, eyes wide. Did she just say? Hyun nodded, horrified. Yep, the D word. Divorce? Jungsu squeaked, dropping his pen. As in, no more family game nights, no more movie marathons, no more dad singing badly in the car road trips. What if we have to split? Hyun whispered, eyes glassy. Like mom gets me and dad gets you? Or worse, what if we have to spend holidays alone and awkward? Like the kids in those emotional dramas? I am not ready to be a Wednesday Friday kid. Jingsu muttered, I can barely handle Monday. They stared at each other in silence. Maybe she didn't mean it, Hyun whispered, right? She was just angry. Mom doesn't throw around the D word lightly. Last time she said it, Dad bought her a new washing machine, a weekend gateway, and apologized in 6 different languages. Oh no, Hyun said, clutching a pillow. This is worse than the great silent treatment of last winter. We need a plan, Jungsu declared, standing up dramatically. Plan A, apologize to mom on dad's behalf. Plan B, bake cookies, emotional ones with sprinkles. Plan C, cry until she gives in. Or we go beg them not to separate. I'll even bring out the baby pictures. Remember the one where dad wore a tutu just to make us laugh? Jungsu nodded, sniffling. Best dad ever, until today. They looked toward the hallway, dread pooling in their chests. Let's just pray she doesn't start throwing plates. If she does, we duck and save the cookies. Agreed. Jungkook stood outside the bedroom door holding a peace offering in each hand, a favorite chocolate bar in one, and a glass of wine in the other. He knocked gently like a man who had narrowly escaped death but knew he had to go back to the battlefield. Babe, he called softly, I come in peace and snacks. No response. He tried again, this time with more drama. I have brought offerings for the queen I have wronged, a rare wine aged for 3 years in the holy fridge, and chocolate darker than my shame. Still nothing. He crouched slightly, peeking under the door. Okay, I see your feet. That means you're standing, which means you haven't passed out from anger. That's a win for me, right? He finally spoke from the other side, cold and sharp. Go away, Jungkook. Oh, full name again. You are mad, okay? He sighed. Can I at least slide the chocolate in? I feel like it deserves a chance even if I don't. There was a pause, then, grudgingly, the door opened an inch. Your arm reached out, snatching the chocolate, and the door slammed again. Jungkook blinked. Fair. That's fair. He pressed his forehead to the door. I'm sorry, for real, I swear. I didn't forget on purpose. I had everything ready. I even picked out a shirt that didn't have coffee stains. But then the investors called, and one thing led to another, and he paused. Okay, none of this matters. What matters is I wasn't there, and I should have been. The door opened just enough for your face to appear. You raised an eyebrow. You practicing your Oscar speech now? He smiled sheepishly. If it wins me best husband again, then yes. You folded your arms. You were the one who promised. You looked me dead in the eyes and said, Don't worry, babe, I got this one. I know I failed, and I hate that I did. He stepped forward, gently taking your hand this time, and this time you didn't pull away. I hate that you had to sit there alone. I hate that the kids saw it. I hate that I gave you another reason to believe my work means more than my family. He looked up at you, eyes genuine, soft, because it doesn't. You mean more. You always have. I just suck at balancing it all sometimes. Your shoulders loosened a little. Sometimes? Okay, most times, he admitted. But I'm trying, and if you give me a chance, I'll prove it. You, me, and the gremlins, we are a team, remember? You sighed, finally letting the edge of your anger go. I swear, Jungkook, one day your forgetfulness is going to be the death of me. He grinned, but I'll make sure the journey is full of chocolate and cuddles. You narrowed your eyes. You are still sleeping on the couch tonight. He held up the wine. What if I bring snacks to the couch and play that sappy drama you love? You considered, with subtitles already downloaded. You gave in with a smile. Fine, but tomorrow you are going to school in a glittery Best Dad t-shirt. His eyes widened. You wouldn't. I would. What color glitter? You laughed, hitting his chest lightly while he kissed your forehead. Just as you were softening, the door burst open. Please don't get divorced, Hyun cried. We'll do all the chores, no complaints, I'll even eat broccoli without gagging. Jungsu added. You blinked, looking at both of your kids, who were supposed to be sleeping by now. Wait, what? Jungkook turned to them. Guys, we are not actually getting divorced. But mom said the word. Hyun wailed, "You pulled both kids into a hug." Sweetheart, sometimes adults argue, and yes, I may have said that, but I didn't mean it. I was angry. Jungkook joined the hug, squeezing all three of you tight. You three are my whole world. I promise to never let work make me forget that again. Jungsu sniffled, "Okay, but you're still not forgiven until you attend the next school thing." Jungkook nodded, "Deal. I'll even wear a best dad t-shirt." With glitter? Hyun smirked. He groaned, "Why do I feel like this is a revenge?" You grinned, "Because it is."